You would be surprised with how fair and how fast a two-wheeler would take you around for a whimsical tour through the lively streets of Kampala, Uganda's capital. Each twist and turn reveals a tapestry of cultural and religious treasures waiting to be uncovered. So we at Mango Safaris put that wonder at bay. Covering 2 kilometers in less than 10 minutes from the city center, our odyssey begins at the majestic Gaddafi National Mosque, a soaring sentinel of Islamic splendor, where marble floors and minarets dance in the sunlight, whispering tales of devotion and grandeur.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum. You're welcome to the Uganda National Mosque or Gaddafi Mosque. So the tour starts from going inside, then we will go up the minarets. You're free to take photos, you're free to take pictures everywhere. The architecture and the interior design of the mosque was based on three cultures: the Arab culture, the European culture, and the African culture. So the writings on the wall, that wall, and the other wall in the back, those are scriptures from the Quran, verses from the Quran, but the ones on the sides, those are the other 99 attributes of Allah. Then the glasses in the windows were got from Italy, the chandeliers were from Egypt, the designs up in the ceiling were from Morocco. They are carvings, they are carved in the wall. And the wood was from Congo. And then the carpet, this is a new carpet from Turkey, but the original carpet was from Libya. The one you saw there where we put our shoes is the original carpet. And it was made specifically for this mosque, so it has the design of the mosque on it. The minaret has 304 steps from down, but from the entrance it is 272 steps. And it's about 55 meters high. And the reason why every mosque has a minaret is because traditionally they used to go up to call for prayers, but not anymore because of technology. So there is halfway and top. It's up to you. Here we are at the top. So, Kampala has 7 traditional hills. There are 7 traditional hills, but we have more than 21 hills that make up Kampala. And our first hill is this one right here, where we have the mosque. This is Old Kampala Hill, and it is the center of Kampala. You can see all roads lead to this place because it's the center. And the reason why they call it Old Kampala is because Kampala started from here and it spread to other parts. And before there was anything, it used to be a hunting ground for one of the late kings of Buganda, and impalas used to camp here. So whenever the king came to hunt, they could say that he had gone to the camp of Impala or Kasazika Impala in Uganda. So from that, they got the name of the city Kampala. So let us see on the word camp was replaced with letter K, which sounds the same. Otherwise, it could be pronounced as Champala. Then when the British sent Captain Frederick Lugard to come and declare Uganda as a British protectorate, this is where he put his fort. But later the fort was moved to facilitate the construction of the mosque. So this is our first hill, Old Kampala Hill, and we have the headquarters of Muslims in Uganda here, and this is the biggest mosque in sub-Saharan Africa.
And as we traverse the city's mosaic, we pause at Namirembe Diocese, the first, oldest diocese and the spiritual heart of the Anglican Church in Uganda. It's a sanctuary atop Namirembe Hill. As we journey on, we pay homage to the storied legacy of the Buganda Kingdom at the Kabaka's Palace, the official residence of the Kabaka, the King of Buganda.
Hello everyone, my name is Muyomba Augustine. I'm the tour guide in Buganda Kingdom under Buganda Heritage and Tourism Board. Right here, this is Mengo Palace, the official palace of Buganda Kingdom. But unfortunately, our king doesn't sleep here because of the bad history that happened here in the times of Idi Amin and Dr. Milton Obote, which involved killing of many innocent Ugandans. So at the moment, this is strictly a ceremonial palace. Yeah, so now right here, this is the fireplace, and in Buganda Kingdom, at every entry point of the palace, there must be a fireplace, and this signifies that the Kabaka of Buganda is alive and breathing. The fire has to burn entirely as long as the king is alive. So it's all about that the king is living. Right here we have the first roundabout within the Royal Mile, and in here only the Kabaka move through in. No any other person supposed to move within the roundabout. Same as the one in the middle of the road, still only our king passes through straight to the Parliament of Buganda Kingdom. This signifies that whenever our king wakes up at his home right here, he has to move without any obstacle to his offices on the other wing. And this is also a sign of power. So now right here, this is an East German made cannon, and these were over 30 in number, given to Idi Amin by his good friend called Mama Gaddafi in 1978. They were to help him fight his former boss Obote, who was in Tanzania planning to come and attack Uganda. But when the others were all taken away by the central government of Uganda in 1997, that's when this palace was handed back to the kingdom. So this is just here in memory of Idi Amin killing people, though it doesn't work anymore. We have the main building in Mengo Palace, and the building is called Twekobe. Twekobe means togetherness in our local language, and this was the first ever modern palace in Uganda, built in 1922 by Sekabaka Daudi Chua. The inspiration was got from King George's Palace, that's where in England. Yeah, so just sit it here. That's 101 years now. Yes. First modern palace in Uganda. The fence you see, those are reeds, the traditional fence. Way back in every home, we had a fence made of reeds. And this is just bringing back the anciency of Buganda Kingdom and the African culture.
You will also visit the torture chambers, which were commonly known as the killing grounds for Idi Amin Dada and Milton Obote. The dark history left behind here will fascinate you.
Right here, this is Idi Amin's torture chamber, and this is the dungeon where no single victim ever escaped alive. Many innocent Ugandans were killed from here, and these were mostly political oppositions. Idi Amin wanted to be president for life in Uganda. That's why he tortured and killed any person who opposed his rule. So over 26,000 people lost their lives in here. And the walls you see on the sides, he was planning of an extension to make it bigger so it would kill more and more people. And the place you see down here, it was a secret place for all the years. People didn't know about it. They only happened to know when Amin was pushed out of power in 1979. Then finally, Obote also came and used it, and this was a form of revenge, killing mostly Amin's men, then of course Baganda people and other political positions. Terrible time, they were electrocuted, and of course, hence dying. Many Ugandans don't have fathers, grandfathers, because of this place. So now in 1966, when our king was pushed out of here by Dr. Milton Obote, they captured Mengo Palace and turned it into an army barracks. And then 1971, when Idi Amin overthrew Obote from leadership, he utilized the chance and built the structure here as an armory, but his intentions were to turn it into a torture place. He hired Israelis, built it, used it for 8 months. Then he had rumors that Obote was in Tanzania planning to come and attack Uganda. And what he did was to remove out all the weapons and turn it into a torture place. And that's the time he got people from Kampala city. These were Obote's men and other political positions. On getting them from the city, they were always blindfolded, then thrown in the back of the truck, driven around the city for several hours to disorient them, but then finally they would end up here. And on reaching here, there was some amount of water down there, and then at the entrance, it was an electricity switch. So placed the victims in the water, electrocute them with the process of on and off as he was getting information. After getting the information, they were placed in the 5 cells, and that's where they would die of starvation and suffocation. And at times, when he had brought in others to torture and the cells were really full, he would throw out the weakened ones down in the water, kill them with electricity to provide space for the fresh ones he had brought. And after killing them, the bodies were thrown on the roadsides as a warning to other people, others given to the crocodiles in River Nile, and others were buried within the palace here in the mass graves. And then there was a rolling gate to cover all the cells and another heavy metallic one at the entrance to make sure that no one ever escapes. So Idi Amin killed roughly 19,000 people, and then Obote coming back, he also killed roughly 7,000 people. And then we have some writings on the wall. For instance, this is saying, "I never forget my husband was killed, people of Obote." So this one lost the husband killed by Obote's men. And then at the last grip, this is mine. Yeah, so these are some finger marks of the victims who were killed here, who were trying to resist arrest, then they left the marks on the wall. And then these are believed to be fingernails cracked on. Yes, that's how terrible. The other ones, yeah.
South of the Lubidi is a meander into the tranquil shores of Kabaka's Lake, a man-made reservoir steeped in myth and legend, originally commissioned by Kabaka Mwanga II in the 19th century. This expansive water body serves as a serene oasis amidst the urban hustle and bustle of Kampala, offering a peaceful retreat for locals and visitors alike, a testament to the city's harmonious dance with nature. Our journey continues to Rubaga Hill that nests the majestic St. Mary's and Sacred Heart Rubaga Cathedral, a towering symbol of Catholicism in Uganda and the seat of the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Kampala. Through the bustling streets, past smiling faces, the Uganda National Museum has her gates open wide to us.
So welcome to the Uganda Museum, and I'll take you through the history of the museum briefly. And this museum is the oldest museum in East Africa. It was started in 1908 at Fort Lugard, old Kampala, until 1942, and it was transferred to Makerere University, where School of Art. So after the money was got to build this magnificent space, we brought it here at Chitante Hill. So in the museum, we have a lot of things to see. We have the ethnographic section, the Stone Age. We have the science and industry, like behind me, where you'll find the first Ford car. You find boats like canoes, old ones. You will find these old carriages for important people where you put a donkey and it will pull you, you know. We have the oil and gas. These are some of the equipment used in the oil and gas section. The Christmas tree, some of the samples of oil. All these you will find at the Uganda Museum. When you visit, you get the details, in-depth details of what is here. trucks that transport fuel, for mixing cement. You'll know mixing cement for what, from where. We have a drill bit, something that actually drills, which crushes the soil, crushes the rocks on its way to the oil wells, right? So the Colonial Dam, it's in Jinja, you will know it's a good tourist destination. You can go skydiving, water tubing, rafting, and all these enthusiastic things. People who are chasing thrill seekers. Jinja is a good place to be. And on the other side, you see some minerals. Some of you may ask yourselves, how do we get minerals? How do they look like in their raw form? This is what they look like, right? So, ores of different rocks, copper, tin, manganese, iron. So this is what they look like. Some people ask, where's the gold? Where's the silver, Some of these are too precious, eh? We know some of you may try to be funny. So, so we may not display everything here. Up here we have the Olympic section. So as you can see, all the different posters for the countries that have organized the Olympics. So here is Jonah Kibwa. He won our first gold medal, 1972. And he won it in Germany, in Munich. You see, we all remember Dorcas Nzikuru and her heroics. And this is Eddie Kenzo's famed BET award, right? 2018 for City Arose. And all these are his. So if you visit the museum, you're going to see them and get an in-depth explanation, as I've been telling you. This is the first printing press brought by the missionaries, Alexander McKay.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I am. The typewriter, yes. 1876, right? Yeah, and these are
1876.
18. And these are some of the books printed. And they're in Luganda. You can see Edinia Katonda, Catechism, and then the evolution of Gomez, eh?
It started like that.
Yeah, started from Lubugo, the back cloth, they used to wrap and tie in the middle, and then it moved to Gayaza High School, right? So the girls in Gayaza used to dress like that as school uniform, right? Then after, that's why it is called boarding. And then these are the trade items we used to exchange with Arabs. The Arabs, remember the Arabs came first.
Yes.
Salt, ivory, turtle shells.
But I wanted to see that salt. Is it like the normal?
Yeah, it's like
iodized
the white.
salt, or
Yeah, the
black
normal white one. Yeah, it's the normal white one.
gun here.
This is Simeika Kunguru's gun.
This is the Simeika gun. Did it have a name?
No, he was a British collaborator. Spread colonialism to the Basoga, right? Yeah. So, and we used cowrie shells as money in Zimbi, and then so they took slaves in this part of the world, the Arabs.
These are the.
Bangles, yes.
So these were like the handcuffs. So
Yeah.
then.
So you
Those
see,
are the shells that they used to.
The turtle shells.
After the Sufi.
these are for decoration.
Go ahead, book and interest us at Mango Safaris with your city tour wishes, and ours shall be to breathe life into them.